For this video, I decided to learn how to make a custom knife. My son and I both have an interest in knives and swords and decided to do a father-son activity of making a custom knife. This involves a lot of learning on how to make a custom knife. As making a custom knife has many elements, I will be using one particular element for this video, which is grinding the cutting edge of the knife blank. My motivation to undertake this task was both intrinsic in that I was motivated to do it for myself and to have quality time with my son, and also a challenge to myself to learn something new. There was also an extrinsic motivation here, as this video is an assessment task for my university studies. The behaviourists view motivation as an extrinsic, whilst social cognitivists view motivation as intrinsic. I went online to look up videos on how to make a custom knife, to learn the processes involved. I have some prior knowledge in metalworking and the use of tools required, but not specific to knife making. After watching the instructional videos, I completed the steps up to a completed knife blank. As grinding the cutting edge is one of the most difficult elements to get right, I watched the tutorial again to refresh my memory prior to attempting it. As I have some experience with metalworking, the help of a knowledgeable other placed attempting to grind the edge on the knife within my zone of proximal development. My first attempt to grind the edge was done freehand, which proved to be very challenging, and I was unable to maintain the correct angle for the grinding. So back to the drawing board, or in this case YouTube, to find an alternative way to grind the edge. I found a tutorial on how to make a grinding jig, which I decided to use for my second attempt. Vygotsky, who developed the theory of socio-cultural development, theorized that learning is mediated through social and cultural interactions, and that a task cannot be accomplished without support from someone else with greater knowledge. This assistance is commonly referred to as a scaffolding learning. The process I went through to learn this skill fits into the scaffolding learning approach, as I went to a knowledgeable other to gain the skills required. This is the process of providing support necessary for learners to enable them to accomplish a task. I found that the YouTube videos were a great scaffolding tool when an actual person could not be there to guide me. Albert Bandura devised the social learning theory, which states that people can learn through observing and imitating other people's behaviour. As this is exactly what I did with the YouTube instructional clips, this is a great example of this type of learning theory. I know from previous experience that I am a visual learner, and I found that learning from visual representation captured in the YouTube videos was the best way for me to scaffold my learning through watching the demonstration a number of times prior to attempting the task allowed me to master the learning. With more practice, I will become quite confident at knife making, and I am further motivated to continue this practice as it provides me with valuable quality time with my son.